Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and to all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this me waving my hands in the air like I just don't care again. It is a form of stimming for me, so I talk with my hands. I've done it my whole life. Yay! It is not exactly bright and sunny outside, but it is bright. When I got up at 6:30, sun was up. So I went outside. It's cold, but not, freezing, and it's light. Thumbs up for that. Hopefully you slept well. I at least did some sleeping. That's a good thing. And of course, front-loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be awesome. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be very cool. If you could leave me a comment, that'd be double plus good. And I'd like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These are literally beautiful and literally awesome people that help to keep me and my aging pet metabolizing. Without your help, well, I'd be homeless and then worse. So, thumbs up, thank you. It is appreciated. If you'd like to help keep me and my aging pet metabolizing, I have links to the Patreon in the video description, as well as links to a PayPal for possible donations, an Amazon wishlist link with things like cat food on it. And today I'm going in to turn my key in for my post office box. So, thumbs up. Yay for that. And front loading of videos over, so thumbs up. Oh boy. Cold weather and snow is weird in Shelton because we are a weird little town in where we are placed geographically. Southern Shelton, where I live, is all hills, tall hills. And then downtown Shelton is in a valley. And then northern Shelton comes up about half the distance of southern Shelton and then is a big plateau. In downtown Shelton, where I first go from southern Shelton, I walk into downtown Shelton to northern Shelton, up to Walmart, back to downtown Shelton, and then southern Shelton. When I walk from southern Shelton into downtown Shelton, no snow in downtown Shelton. When I walk into northern Shelton, no snow up there. When I come back here to southern Shelton, yeah, there's snow all over the grass. Well, it's not really snow anymore, it's just ice by this point. But yeah, in southern Shelton, we keep snow and ice for a long time after the rest of Shelton. Back when my wife was alive and we lived in a different place here in southern Shelton, downtown Shelton and northern Shelton would be absolutely clear of snow. And then you come up to southern Shelton where we lived, and some of the roads, we would still be blocked in our driveways with ice. Because there was just so much snow and ice, we couldn't get out of our driveways. And the rest of the town was just clear. Two ways to get into southern Shelton when I go walking. One of them is a faster route to get up into southern Shelton where I live, and you climb a lot, about 200 more feet in just a couple blocks. It's hard to do that one because when I come back into southern Shelton along that road, I've already walked 5 miles. I've used up most of my energy, so having to go up those hundreds of feet into southern Shelton is hard. Now, I can take this other route that adds another mile onto it, but because it's a mile, you're gaining more altitude, almost twice as much altitude as if I just went into the middle part of Shelton with this quick, heavy route. Instead, this is a much more gentle climb. So you can climb for longer and further, but much more gentle and easy, or do it quick and fast and very, very hard. Southern Shelton is fun. Again, there are some roads here in southern Shelton that they're hard to get up when it's good weather. So when it's snowy and icy, oh my God, I don't even know how they do it. So thumbs up on that. But past that, I've just been going on walkies and doing what I can. Yesterday I had some falling asleep issues in here, of course. Yay, when that happens, it damages a whole bunch of stuff like my motivation and such because I don't breathe when I sleep. I occasionally don't breathe when I'm awake either, but I'm aware of it then, and I can take over manually for about the 30-40 seconds that I stop breathing. But when I'm asleep, I can't do that, and so I wake up just, brain not working properly from hypoxia, lack of oxygen. Thumbs up for that. But I did get some recording on Minecraft, and yeah, I really love that game. It's good. I enjoy exploring. I enjoy the feelings of terror that I have when I'm going around in the caves. So thumbs up on that. I've also still been playing a lot of the game Two Worlds, and I am just a lunatic still in that one. I should be doing a lot of the quests up above in the northern part of the map. I have mapped out most of it, but not all of it, and I'm still just racing around like an idiot doing stuff. There is the southern part of the map that is super dangerous. When you start off the game, even wolves and such can easily kill you. You have a defense score, your physical defense, it has like bludgeoning and slash and piercing defenses, but you have a physical defense. And when you first start off, you're doing pretty good if you can have it like 20 or 30, maybe 40 or 50. And then you gradually build up, find new equipment, bulk up your character, and you get tougher. I have found equipment, and with my leveling up, my physical skill, my physical defense is over 1,200. That is a major thing. I don't even worry about the characters up north. Whenever I wade into a fight, I just wade into a fight. And I might take some damage, and if I do, I stop and heal. Down in the southern part of the map now, I had to do a quest where there are these bug type people, and I had to clear out an area. Even with my 1,200 defense, these are one shot, you are dead characters. I mean, they just hit you and whap, down on the ground and dead. Luckily though, in the game Two Worlds, there is no penalty for death. None. Zero. I don't know why this doesn't work for anybody else, but they have these shrines, and you get resurrected at a shrine after your death. I don't know why nobody else in the world gets resurrected in a shrine. You're not special in the game, but you get resurrected. No penalty. It might be far away where the closest shrine is, in which case it might take you 5 minutes to run back. Or it could be like happens quite a bit, where I'm just half a block down the road and I appear. In which case it's stupid and funny. Stupid because I just immediately run in there, smack the bad guy once, die, and then reappear back at the shrine, and then run back into the fight. I mean, good God, that's just ridiculous. You're not using any skill, it's just wearing them down. And why can't anybody else in the world do this too? But on the other hand, that's why it's so funny as hell. You just go racing right back into it. They go, okay, we finally got, oh my God, here he comes again. And then they put you down and they drive spears into you and finally go, oh my God, boy, that was, as you're racing down the hill at them again. They're just being inundated by your corpses and you're slaughtering everyone continuously. So it can be terrifying in that fashion. I really need to start investing back more in Magic. The first time I played in one, years and years and years ago, Magic is super OP, and you can quickly make spells that will just disintegrate bad guys in a heartbeat. So I need to get back into that. Thumbs up, good game. Again, good game, and that is filled with Eurojank, but it's a good game. It's enjoyable. Thumbs up for that. Now, also on my list, I talked about having to do, wanting to do upper body strength stuff. When I got up this morning, I leaned against the wall, not like that hard, but I leaned against the wall and did wall push-ups this morning. I did 15 of them, and I'm going to be doing that periodically all throughout the day so that I can build up and start doing real push myself up things. One of the issues that I keep forgetting about is with my chronic pain, chronic weakness, and chronic fatigue. Yeah, it's going to be harder for me to do regular push-up stuff. My body is going to be telling me I'm hurting even when I'm not, because with chronic pain, my pain signals have been screaming since the year 2003. That's why I was on opiates for so many years and years and years. That's why I have to use cannabis for pain. Oh my gosh. So Yeah, it's going to be an extra battle. It's an uphill fight, but I'm doing what I can. And checking my list on here. Oh, yes. This one for real life stuff. Scott Adams of Dilbert. How he's had... I mean, he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine, unfortunately. He's like J.K. Rowling in that, you can cancel them, but they've got money. So he's going to be fine. But one of the problems with people... Now, this happens whether you're on the right or the left. It doesn't matter. You're more prone to it on the right than you are on the left. But it happens no matter where you are on the political spectrum in the United States. One of the issues that makes it easier to fall into an echo chamber, like it happens so much on the right, is that on the right in the United States, if you are on the right, you are with the GOP. You're a Republican. Since it's basically a two-party country, you're a Republican. And it used to be for decades that you were just lockstep. Back in the 1980s, the god of the GOP, Ronald Reagan, made up the 11th commandment. You do not say anything bad against fellow Republicans. And for decades, they have been lockstep. And so because there's lockstep, you have to agree to be with what they say and do, or you aren't a part of anything. So you have been in lockstep, which means you get, especially in the United States with Fox News, you get just constant reinforcement of your beliefs with no outside stuff. You get into an echo chamber where all you hear is what you have confirmation bias. You go to those groups where that's all you hear. Scott Adams was in one of those echo chambers because if you hear his tweets, he says everyone agrees with him. He says everyone agrees with the things that he says, and he said some horrible racist garbage. But yeah, where he was in the right-wing echo chamber, yeah, everybody said that. But once you leave that echo chamber, no. And when all you get is the echo chamber stuff, you believe what's being just bounced around because that's all you hear. So yeah, now Dilbert is gone. And that's good, but Scott Adams will be okay, and that's not so good. Life is life. Now for the other things. One of the things I like to talk about, because I spend a lot of time thinking about it, is my creative setting. And one of the things that I've been working on ever since I came up with that one idea of the RV/caravan park where you can put your vehicles on one of the two pads on Lake Vista Shores, the fictional Lake Vista, where the family of Jacob Dempsey resides, and they have their little park, and it's a good thing. It is a good thing. They're a nice group of people, and they only occasionally devour human beings up until the current time. I have mentioned that there is Jacob Dempsey, who is human. He is married to Monica, a suburban cryptid who is very human. And so they fell in love and started having children. They have the 3 daughters. There's Barb, and then 6 years later they had Nis, and then 2 years later there was Annie. Now, of these, because of the age difference, Annie and Nis are closest, leaving Barb she's still close to the others, just not as close as those two. She has her own career in a major corporation in Brookerton, South Carolina, and I might deal with her later, but for right now I've been thinking of Nis. Now, she's about 24, living in Brookerton, and I had said that, she's kind of trying to make her way into the arts. I've been really thinking a lot about this character for some reason. She now has really come to life inside of my head because she's going to the community college in Brookerton, South Carolina, trying to learn and grow, trying to use her upcoming degree so that she can move up in the world and put food on the table and a roof over her head and all this stuff. While she's in Brookerton, she is doing something that's actually fairly common, more so now than it has been before, but it's semi-common all the way throughout human history. Human history? Well, yeah, and especially American history. Boarding house type situations, where you rent a room and the rest of the house is common areas. Now, 100 years back in the United States, if you rented a room in a boarding room, you didn't only do that. The person who ran the boarding house would usually live there too, and then you would show up for meals, and meals would be made for the group, and you occupied your time and interacted with everybody else that lived in the household that way. That ain't so much in American society anymore. I can't tell you about the rest of the world, but I have lived with roommate situations my whole life in roughly that, where I rent a room and there's common areas and everybody has their own room and then lives in the common areas. That's the situation that Nis is in. And so, being an urban type cryptid with especially the type of suburban type cryptid, it's a mix. She's not true suburban. Monaco is not true suburban. She's just a form of urban cryptid that deals with humans intimately and so can be seen and interacted with by human beings. And so Nis, who is just renting out a room in the midst of Brookerton, all the rest of her housemates are human. And so just because she's there going to community college, living in this place, she eventually becomes friends with a computer nerd type gal who, when I say computer nerd, I just mean she's more like me, in that she's more spends time in front of her computer and playing games and less interacting with other people, but is more outgoing than me, and so makes friends, as I used to do back when I was in my 30s. I was much more able, because I didn't understand what was going on within me, to try and make friends before I just gave up and started withdrawing entirely. So she's doing this and becoming friends with all of the people. She becomes friends with a human being and starts to make those conceptual leaps that a lot of cryptids can't. She starts telling her friend about what it is like to be a cryptid, and this announces, she's not human. It's only an open secret. There's nothing no rules about not telling anyone you're not human. But since most people, 98% plus, cannot see, interact, understand, or any such thing with the cryptid world, telling people is mostly just going to get you thought of as crazy. But there are devices you can get that will artificially boost or cloak your presence with people who are artisans that can twist and focus the cryptid energies of the world into points of focus that you can put in a device. So Nis gives an old piece of jewelry that is this type of device, a booster, to this human friend, who then, for the time that this thing is powered, can see and interact with the cryptid world. At which point Nis starts to get really scared because she makes that conceptual leap. There isn't a large homeless population in Brookerton because the cryptid population in Brookerton, when they're hungry for humans, dips first into the homeless population. So most homeless people in Brookerton end up getting eaten. There's a very small homeless population, and if you are homeless, eventually you will be eaten. Nis is getting afraid because a lot of people in Brookerton are having economic problems, and her friend, being in that just a renting a room situation, is dangerously close to being homeless. And of course, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. Going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count in American Sign Language, well, We have Nom Nom, thank you very, very much. And 77 Arcturus, very good to see you in the comments. I always miss people when they vanish, so thank you for being here. It is good. You say a lot of good things that I didn't leave myself time to comment about, but hopefully next time I will. Thank you very much, greatly appreciated and good to see you. We have Shinra, always good to see you too as well. And I will wait on the Minecraft thing before I get the Silk Touch then. We have QABANDIMAMAN, thumbs up and thank you. GG, greatly appreciated, thumbs up. There is JAYY, always good to see you in the comments. I miss you as well when you vanish. Luckily, they only marinate the corpse for an hour in the stabilizing fluid, so no fear there. There is Chris, greatly appreciated. Shaw with 2 W's, thank you. Daniel Russell, I am so very sorry that you lost your grandfather. It sucks. And we have Ben Taylor, greatly appreciated. There is Beyond the Capsule, I like the name, and thumbs up and thank you. And hopefully this week I'll be getting the Walkies video started again. There is Flora Mew, thumbs up and thank you. Always good to see you in the comments. Seal Boy, I like the name. And yeah, I'm doing the wall push-ups now. And RJ Mitchell, always good to see you in the comments. Definitely a thumbs up. It's RELYT. Just be careful about the caving though. I mean, things collapse all the time, even though it is a good thing. And then let's see, double checking, Jesse Koskinen had left a comment. So there were 9 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Greatly appreciated. Get me out of my head, into the world, and dealing with real people. Thumbs up and thank you. It is appreciated. Well, Hokey Smokes, I have got to call the Department of Social and Health Services and get my address changed because my P.O. box is going away today. So thumbs up for that. But past that, I'm just going to try and do the things that I need to get done. Hopefully you can get done the things that you need to get done. And if not, just don't beat yourself up. It's not going to help. And wherever you are, if people are getting sick, try taking precautions. If people are getting hurt, try taking precautions. And really, there are no precautions you can take if you are out walking and you hear the mournful howl of the bus horn, the bus with your name on it, because it's out of hunting. And if it's hunting you, well, there ain't nothing you can do. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is, quite frankly, a very good thing.